Hey guys, it's Larimsey here trying to give you some gameplay on how to build your character and customization. So we're just going to get into that. I'm going to make a character from scratch so that we can also do the tutorial in training grounds when you start. So I actually have to delete one first. Let's see. We'll delete this one. Alright. Okay, so first off, you're gonna get into the game after you give them your email whatsoever, you sign the agreement. You're gonna move on to create your character. And you have a few body types to select from, so that's good. You have some variations in that aspect. You're the muscular male. My least favorite, in my opinion, this guy basically, you know what? Let's just give you a quick spin around. Alright. So he basically just does like upper arms, like myself, you know, even lift though. But he just does like all upper body. He misses leg day like every week. Like this guy has no ass. He's like, not like most people are looking at that anyways, but I'm just saying. Anyways, the next is glamorous female, which is she has big tits. If you're into bigger rack, then this is the character to go for. Slender male, there's a taller male. Slender female, this is for taller players. This is the player, no, I don't use this one. On my main character, she's just an average build, slim or slender, whichever you like to say. I prefer not to get that one. If you're gonna go for the taller character, get the one with the tits. Okay. Anyways, young boy, these are the lolly characters for Onigiri. I haven't really used an account for these. I usually use the average body male and the average body female, but today we're gonna do young boy. Alright, so I don't know if you guys are into Naruto, but I'm gonna do a Sasuke build today. Black hair, red eyes, Sharingan, you know. Alright, so let me just remove this so that you guys can see a bit better. So in this game, you can change the facial features, like your eye setup. Let's just stop the rotation so you guys can see this. And move it in a bit. Okay, so you can actually change the eye features. So this is not a permanent thing, it's temporary. You can change it throughout the game and it doesn't cost you that much in-game currency. It's not going to cost you real cash, and everything in the game you can pretty much acquire by playing without spending your own money. So change the eye color. Hair also, you can change the hair color, the hairstyles, there's different options. We'll do this one. Actually, I said Sasuke, so we'll do this. Black hair. Also, when you start the game, you do have a bit more flexibility in terms of how you color. You don't have to only stick to this palette. You can actually choose or change the brightness, hue, and saturation, so you have a bit more variety there. Clothing sets. This is pretty much all the outfits that the game will give you without spending your own money. But they also give you these things called gacha tickets throughout the game, where it's basically a chance to roll or to gamble at getting a certain outfit set. And that is in-game, so you don't have to pay for that. But if you do want to give the game in-game currency, it costs about 150 or 160 to do a 5 roll, and about 40 to do a 1 roll. So the 5 roll is a bit more bang for your buck, and the conversion rate is basically every dollar American is 10 currency in game. So if you want to get 1,000 currency in game, you have to spend $100, for example. So when you're at the character customization screen, you can actually pick apart your clothing piece by piece from different outfits, so you don't have to start off with just the general things that they give you per outfit. So we'll do this. Actually, kind of like the Sora jacket from Final Fantasy, sorry, from Kingdom Hearts. Let's see, we'll do these legs. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna choose a voice now. Or choose this one. Actually, no, I usually use male one. Alright, so select this. Once you're in, you're gonna choose your game name. Alright, I actually wanted to try a name that I haven't tried in a bit. I've been meaning to try for a while now, but I haven't got around to doing it. Nibbler. I don't know if you guys ever watched Futurama, but That's a pretty good show. Okay, cool. So there are different classes in the games. In this game, this RPG, there is power. The rule of thumb is usually when you become a power build that you will be able to specialize in things like sword, odachi, axe, or spear. Odachi is a two-handed sword. Axe is obviously an axe, and a sword is a one-handed sword, and a spear is obviously a two-handed weapon also. So in this game, it's a bit different. It does advise you to use power if you want to be that build, but you actually should go daring. The reason why is in this game, vitality is how fast you regain your health, not so much how fast you regain your health, and it's defense. But if you increase your power all the way up, you actually get a lot more health. And in this game, we do call it a glass cannon, where you're all power and no defense, so you can actually dish out more attacks and higher DPS or damage per second, and basically you get you can kill the enemy faster than it can kill you. So I think that's better. But if you are going to do a power build such as that, you should actually choose daring. The reason why is that you also get more dexterity. You get matching wisdom to your vit, which is good because you want to increase your dex so you can get a higher critical in this game, which means how often you hit your highest or your maximum attack. So you also have wisdom, which also goes towards your crit. This is beneficial for any power type user, and also bow users and twin sword users. So moving on, you have kind and cautious. These are good for wand and staff users. You can play around with that depending on how you want to make that build. You also have defensive, which is only beneficial in my opinion to spear users because it's high in vitality, and spear is the only one that actually gains a higher affinity inside spear by using vitality. So I'm more familiar with making an axe build. So we're going to choose daring because, as I said before, you get a higher crit and it has matching power as the other power build. If you want to check that out, let's see, the power stayed the same. So we're going to choose daring, and we're going to get into this. Great. So let's start. Obviously Nibbler is taken. What was I thinking? Okay, we're just gonna make a variation of my regular name, the Onigiri. By the way, this is on Xbox. I'm, in my opinion, one of the best axe users. So, I actually didn't know what shoulder was. I meant to do this, but anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna do the Onigiri. Taken 2? What? Okay, you know what? We're gonna be cheap. Let's just take one of those out. Okay, let's get started. Alright, so basically, when you start the game, anytime you make a new character, you're going to be shot into the training dungeon, or the training grounds, where it's basically the starting of a tutorial. Later in the game, you will be sent back to the training grounds to continue your storyline. It's going to be one of your quests. So let's get in here. And for you new players, I'm going to explain to you the controller variations, or the layout of the controller to play. So, alright, so first off, just listen to or read the instructions, try attacking. You should play around with it so you know what to do. I'm pretty strong, so you know, I'm just kill them one hit, what can I say? You use your first skill. I'm just going to show you a few of the skills. So you have launch that. This move is usually used by players to get from place to place. I'll show you as soon as it cools down, because I usually put 3 of those launch steps on a weapon, and then you're able to get around quickly. Anyways, so you have, this is an Ogi skill. Anytime it has a gold ring around it, it's considered an Ogi skill, which is something you can get throughout the game also, or you can get from a Naiapon roll, which you'll learn about later. Alright, so Void Slash, let's do this. In my opinion, never have Void Slash on any of your main weapons that you plan on actually using. Void Slash is not a good move. Anyways, enter the portal, move to the next area. Let's wrap up the basics, let's get to the next area. I agree. I've been doing this tutorial too many times. Also, for the soundtrack for Onigiri, there's like 5 songs to choose from. You don't get to actually choose. There's like the dungeon boss song. This is usually not it. It usually has some banjo just playing in the background. Pretty epic. Alright, so this is Tiamat. He's really easy in here. He's a 5-headed dragon. throughout the game, you're gonna fight him again, and he's gonna be super hard. He pretty much doesn't even die. He flies away, and I think he flies to like the new dungeon that you're gonna be in to fuck you up later. Because I guarantee you're gonna get fucked up by him, and that's just how it's gonna be. So A is to pick up the weapons, and since we're at loading screen, I'll show you. Right bumper is to do regular attack. Or sorry, right trigger is to do regular attack. Right and left bumper is to switch through your skills, and left trigger is actually to use your skills that you can switch through. To switch through your skills, you're gonna be, or through your weapons, sorry, you're gonna be using the D-pad. Alright. Pretty much the analogs are pretty much the same for any other game. You have the X and Y, Z pads. Alright. So this is Onigiri mode. This is the starter villager area. You meet your first partner, Shizuka. She is the lady with the pink hair. She is a human. She's the only human in this game. The rest of us are all yokais. And she's pretty much here to help balance the yokai community, because there's evil yokai and bad yokai. So there's good and bad. Alright, so I'm gonna talk to him. This is Shizuka. Oh, we can't talk to her yet, so you talk to him. Okay, so she's one of your partners. She basically will be the one who's going to be holding all your extra items that you don't want to carry on yourself. She's pretty much your mule that you have in any other game. She also helps you identify weapons that you find in dungeons. That's pretty much random. This is a mirror. He will help you. Let's just remove this for a second. This is the mirror. He basically allows you to buy more fashion or clothing from him, like in outfit sets. So you can just check them out. So basically, if you felt like you made a mistake, you want to get a different clothing piece, or you just want to collect all of them, you do have the option to collect it throughout the game. You start off with 520 Ryu, so I can't really actually buy anything right now, but you'll quickly gain loot. And he does have a question for me, so let me just accept that. Oh, and for the checking network, this is a pretty constant or consistent thing that happens throughout the game. When it comes to Xbox, it lags a lot, so be prepared to die in dungeons. Okay, so back to beauty salon. Now, also, as I said before in the beginning of the tutorial, the video, I explained that we do have the option to change the hue, saturation. Just so you guys can see this. So you have the ability to change the hue, saturation, and the same for the hair. If you felt like you made a mistake, you can change your hairstyle. It does cost reuse, so I can't make any changes right now. As I said before, you can get loot pretty quick in the game, so that won't be a big issue for you. Also, when it comes to building your character, this is going to be an axe user. You have to allocate your points. So you press start, you go to my character, status, and then you go to allocate points. So over here you can see that they broke down each status. So you have power, you have vitality, you have wisdom, you have mind, and you have dexterity. So as I said before, power is for axe, axe, sword, and Odachi users. And I'll pretty much show you, if you guys ever forget, just remember this. When you go to allocate your points, you look at your affinity, which is over here, and it shows each weapon. Alright, so you have sword, you have Odachi, you have despair, you have wand, you have staff, twin swords, axe, bow, and wand down here. So anytime that you put a point into one of these statuses, you actually will see a change in the affinity that's going towards. So over here on the left, you can see that when I manipulate the points, it actually changes the affinity for all power type weapons. So for sword, dodge, and axe, you can see it increasing. Let's say I wanted to put up vitality, you can see where spare is increasing. It's the only one, as I said before. We have wisdom, that goes towards wand, and you have that mind that goes towards staff. And then you also have dexterity, which increases the bow and twin sword build. So as I said before, this is going to be an axe user, allocate points. Alright, once you're done doing that, if you want to learn more about elements, you can go to status details. Anytime you wear magatomas, I'll explain what magatomas are. You will see a change in these. So now let's go to the magatomas. Alright, so in this game, we have the equivalent to armor, but instead of using armor, we use magatomas. It basically allows you to get away with wearing whatever you want to wear when it comes to customizations of physical features such as clothing. This allows you to wear pretty much anything you want because you don't have to worry about wearing certain armor. In most RPGs, armor does affect your character's strength or defense, but in this game we are allowed to do that using another item called the Magatron, which you will find in various dungeons, and you can change when you get a new partner throughout the game. I'm not going to spoil anything, so you guys can find that on your own. As for weapons, you can change weapons once you receive more than identifier with your partner Shizuka. And also, you can change your clothes, you don't have to worry. So if you want to be naked to an extent, you can. For all those perverts out there, all you hentais, you cannot get fully naked. You can get pretty close to it. I've done it on my main character, you can get pretty close to it, but you can't get naked. So if you're trying to get this game for that specific reason, no, it's not the game for you. You also have the shopping plaza, which I said before, you can gamble towards getting other clothing items. Anyway, so here we do have different unit numbers, which are basically outfit gamble selections. So every time you roll towards one of these, you're actually not just rolling out of the outfits, you're rolling out of everything in the unit. So there's a silver lineup, there's a red lineup, there's the gold lineup, there is the green lineup, and there is the blue lineup. So no matter when you roll, your chances of getting any of these is equal between every roll. So don't think that you're gonna click on a unit number and you're gonna get whatever you want. Everything's random. This is how the game basically makes money, is by creating chance, which is really low for you and better for the game because you have to put more seed or credit to acquire more things in the game that you want. So let's give you views of the underwear in the game. And for male characters and female characters, the clothing is different, seasonal, and depending on the update and the maintenance when they change the unit numbers for the characters. Let's just check this out. So every season, like I said, the outfits do change. So if you do see something in here that you like, you should get it because updates, they don't come frequently, but they do come nonetheless, and you might end up not getting what you want, and then you will have to pretty much wait a year for the item to come back. So get what you can, and that's pretty much it for the opening of how to create your character and customization. Oh, it's not correct. Anyways, this is the Remedy. I'm out. Please subscribe if you like the video or like the video. Don't dislike if you dislike the video. That's gonna affect my channel.